It's a 6-week short course for 6th graders that they do on rotation, and then it is a semester 7th grade and semester 8th grade course that are the first science elective. We're the pilot program within the state of Virginia. We're the pilot program for Roanoke City Public Schools, and unlike most school gardening programs that are an outside entity coming into a school and developing a school garden but not really teaching the teachers how to use it or having sort of a go-to person on site, we wanted to make a different model. And my background is in sustainable agriculture and ecology. I used to be a farmer, and I also was the person who went in and put in those school gardens for Alameda County Public Health Department in Oakland, California. And I put in 14 school gardens. I trained the teachers, I taught the kids, and worked on the edible schoolyard in Berkeley. And all the school gardens that we put in, there's like 3 that are actually functional because 3 teachers have taken them on. The edible schoolyard has 10 outside staff that are paid, and they have Alice's Waters money. The rest of us don't have a pocket chef.
I want to ask you, how did this all come about? Because this is going to be absolutely amazing.
This came about, Roanoke City, the city of Roanoke, so let me say that differently. Virginia Western partnered with Roanoke City Schools to be the host site, and the city of Roanoke sort of partnered as a third entity. Roanoke City Schools leases the land from the city, so we don't own our schools. The city does. So to do anything on their land requires them to give you the permits to do it. And so we are part of Virginia Western through the Community Foundation, which does outreach, helps with the CAP program, and so this seemed like a natural fit. Virginia Western also has a culinary arts program and a horticulture program. They don't have an ag program. And so they wanted a location where they could expand and have an ag program if they wanted one, and where they could get kids interested and sort of feed the culinary arts degree that they have, feed the horticulture degree that they have, and benefit the local community. So this is the first of what will be 5 gardens in the middle schools, and ours is different because we're the handicap feeder school, so we're the only school for middle schools that has a handicap accessible program.
Is that why there's those raised beds up there?
So the interior beds are all handicap accessible from the interior circle, and then the spacing between the beds is handicap accessible so the kids can get around the garden, but the ones that the kids who are wheelchair bound actually work in are the ones in the interior.
That's awesome.
There is also at some point going to be an amphitheater. Our school is the only middle school that doesn't have an auditorium. So one of the sticking points for this campus was that it had to have an amphitheater. So they put it in. The design that we're looking at was created by Melissa at Fiddlehead Design. And
there's a classroom out there too, isn't there?
There will be a classroom. The structure that's sort of in the background there is the middle, is the classroom, and on one end it will have a handicap accessible bathroom. Our school's over 250 feet away, our garden site is 250 feet away from the school. So city regulation states that we have to have an outdoor bathroom that's handicap accessible, because they have to cross a road because of our parking circle to get to them, and then also the distance. The other schools will not be this big. They will be much easier.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You said that it's going to have a living roof. Now, what's a living roof?
The living roof is a rooftop that has a plant structure base on it, so there's pretty thick, but from the top it'll be plants, so it won't have the heat sink that most roofs have, and it will be able to help with water runoff. It'll be able, if we want to, we can even plant produce up there. I'm still trying to figure out what we can grow that will be a steady crop from the roof. But I have done tomatoes on a roof in California before. It works great. So
you were saying something too about the irrigation system, that could you possibly use runoff water?
Yes, the whole garden has drip irrigation that's already plumbed into the beds, so the kids can learn about irrigation models. They can learn about different planting styles and how to irrigate for them. And then there'll be rainwater catchment on all the buildings, the greenhouse, the living roof for anything that's spill off on a really saturated day, and off the amphitheater, that will then be able to be piped into the storage tank there's a storage tank, and then there's the city sewer, so I can flip a valve and either pump from our water tanks, or I can pump from the city depending upon what we need.
You were showing me yesterday the fence. Even the fence is going to have plants on it? That was Miss Anna B. Sachs. She is the director and the teacher of the Food for Thought and the Garden program, and we are really excited about this. Now, I was asked again to state my views on how I would go about collaborating and making this greening successful. My philosophy is in order to successfully collaborate with colleagues, I must be well respected in a school. One gains respect in a school setting by being successful with students' progress, willing to help others, and willing to do whatever it takes to benefit the school. The stakeholders in the school must see it as not just going to another meeting, but something that will benefit them and their students. Collaboration must be positive, it must be friendly. I really feel successful collaboration is successful when taken out of the institutional setting of the school building. In this case, I will schedule our collaboration meetings in the new garden classroom. Co-workers will see that they are part of something special. Now, what's my own personal leadership style? I have never said no to a leadership position. Whatever it was, I always looked upon it as important for the students and for the running of the school. I always did my best, no matter how long it took. I did not do it to pad my resume or to look good with the principal. I followed through no matter what it was. When it came to heading committee, I listened and I gave individuals an opportunity to state their advice. I tried to never be judgmental, but rather seek more information. I always welcomed debate with a smile and appreciative that someone in our group was willing to speak up.